Anita's trick, or treat bag contains 12 pieces of chocolate, 18 suckers, 18 pieces of gum, 24 pieces of licorice. If she randomly pulls a piece of candy from her bag, what is the probability of her pulling out a piece of sucker? A. 13. B. 14. C. 16. What is the perimeter of a square in centimeters that has an area of 595.36 square centimeters? A. 97.2. B. 97.6. C. 97.7. D. 97.9. The perimeter of a rectangular yard is 60 meters. What is its length if its width is twice its length? A. 10 meters. B. 18 meters. C. 20 meters. D. 24 meters. The average of 6 numbers is 12. The average of 4 of those numbers is 10. What is the average of the other 2 numbers? A. 10. B. 12. C. 14. D. 16. If 40% of a number is 4, what is the number? A. 4. B. 8. C. 10. D. 12. The average of 5 numbers is 24. If a sixth number 42 is added, then, which of the following is the new average? A. 25. B. 26. C. 27. D. 42. The ratio of boys and girls in a class is 4:7. If there are 44 students in the class, how many more boys should be enrolled to make the ratio 1:1? A. 8. B. 10. C. 12. A football team had $20,000 to spend on supplies. The team spent $14,000 on new balls. New sports shoes cost $120 each. Which of the following inequalities represents the number of new shoes the team can purchase? A. 120x plus 14,000 less than or equal to 20,000. B. 20x plus 14,000 greater than or equal to 20,000. C. 14,000x plus 120 less than or equal to 20,000. What characteristics should test requirements for sustainability standards encompass? A. Exclusively qualitative analysis of social impact. B. Strict adherence to specific industry guidelines. C. Ability to report on financial performance only. D. Both qualitative and quantitative aspects of sustainability. When was the Climate Disclosure Standards Board, CDSB, formed? A. 2011. B. 2002. C. 2007. D. 2010. What is the overall outcome of internationally recognized sustainability standards with robust test requirements? A. Enhanced transparency and trust in business operations. B. Simplification of sustainability reporting practices. C. Higher costs for businesses due to compliance efforts. D. Increased burden on companies in terms of reporting. When was the creation of the ISSB announced? A. August 2010. B. June 2022. C. January 2022. D. November 2021. What is the benefit of a company applying the ISSB standards? A. Avoiding double reporting. B. Meeting jurisdictional requirements more effectively. C. Increased complexity in reporting. Which reporting initiatives have influenced the development of the ISSB standards? A. Climate Disclosure Standards Board, CDSB, Task Force for Climate-Related Financial Disclosures, TCFD, Value Reporting Foundation's Integrated Reporting Framework. And industry-based SASB standards. B. World Economic Forum Stakeholder Capitalism Metrics. What is the impact of a fragmented landscape of sustainability-related standards and requirements? A. Facilitated transparency and accountability. B. Enhanced synergies and collaboration. C. Increased cost, complexity, and risk for both companies and investors. What role does a sustainability standards specialist play within the ISSB? A. Enforcing compliance with sustainability regulations. B. Managing stakeholder relations. C. Supporting the development and implementation of sustainability standards. The numbers between 1 and 6 are printed on each side of a 6-sided dice. When rolling the dice, what is the probability of rolling a 5 or a 6? A. 1 in 2. B. 1 in 3. C. 1 in 4. If 20 times plus 5 is equal to 105, what is the value of x? A. 5. B. 6. C. 7. D. 8. Three x equals 6x 21. What is the value of x? A. 3. B. 8. C. 5. D. 7. Which of the following words is closest in meaning to inevitable? A. Inadequate. B. Incomprehensible. C. Ineluctable. D. Indeterminate. Which of the following words describes an electrical component that holds a voltage across the gap between two conductive materials? A. Inductor. B. Capacitor. C. Resistor. What is the value of x if 16x plus 4 is equal to 100? A. 5. B. 6. C. 7. D. 8. Which direction will demand more pulling power? A. Both orientation are equal. B. With the rope at an angle to the table. C. With the rope parallel to the table. A ship is launched up toward a mountain range by a cannon. Where will the projectile's maximum velocity be, disregarding air resistance? A. As it impacts the mountains. B. Exiting the muzzle. C. Halfway to the mountains. To balance this beam, where should the fulcrum be placed? A. Closer to the small mass. B. Exactly between the two masses. C. Closer to the large mass. What is the value of x if 16x plus 4 is equal to 100? A. 5. B. 6. C. 7. D. 8. What temperature will ice be formed from mineral water? A. Less than 0 degrees Celsius. B. 0 degrees Celsius. C. Cannot say. D. More than 0 degrees Celsius. The horizontal surface area of the larger piston is 4 times that of the smaller piston. How much farther will the larger piston go if the smaller piston is compressed by 8 inches? A. 2 inches. B. 32 inches. C. 8 inches. If 16 times plus 4 is equal to 100, what is the value of x? A. 6. B. 7. C. 8. D. 9. Which of the following are complementary angles? A. 71 degrees and 19 degrees. B. 90 degrees and 90 degrees. C. 90 degrees and 45 degrees. D. 15 degrees and 30 degrees. If the ratio of the 3 angles in a triangle are 2 to 6 to 10, what is the actual measure of the smallest angle? A. 20 degrees. B. 40 degrees. C. 60 degrees. D. 80 degrees. What does the word primer mean? A. Short, introductory guide. B. Small fuel pump. C. Painted binding agent. D. Explosive ignition cap. How much use did inline engines get during World War II? A. None at all. B. A limited amount of use. C. Quite a bit of use. D. The article doesn't say. Which orientation will require more force to pull? A. With the rope at an angle to the table. B. With the rope parallel to the table. C. Both orientations are equal. The larger piston has 4 times as much horizontal area as the smaller piston. If the small piston is compressed 8 inches, how far will the larger piston move? A. 8 inches. B. 2 inches. C. 32 inches. How many of the gears created in March and April weren't of a high standard? A. 6,000. B. 5,000. C. 15,000. D. 11,000. A $20,000 car loses value every year until only the metal and components are left. Which of the following equations can accurately be used to calculate the car's value at T years after purchase if it takes the car 15 years to lose all value other than the metal and parts? And the metal and parts are worth $755? A. 15T plus 20,000. B. minus 1,283 plus 20,000. Harrowing refers to A. Extremely disturbing. B. Last minute. C. Rapidly descending. D. Extremely unprepared. Which of the following conclusions is misleading? A. 10 years ago, there was a decrease in the number of nursing graduates. B. Former nursing students believe the current allocating system is inadequate. C. Hospitals are creative in finding solutions for high demand. Which of the following setup configurations is appropriate? A. Battery and ignition switches, off control column locks, removed landing gear control, down and locked airspeed. B. Battery and ignition switches, on control column locks, removed landing gear control, down and locked airspeed. To balance a beam, where should the fulcrum be placed? A. Closer to the small mass. B. Exactly between the two masses. C. Closer to the large mass. Only 20% of the retail price of a typical cog may be charged for a subpar cog. If a regular cog was subsequently sold for $1.99 and it was assumed that every cog made in May was sold, how much revenue was earned from all cog sales in May? A. $13,930. B. $15,130. How many times does gear C rotate in 3 minutes if gear A is moving at 10 rotations per minute? A. 3 times. B. 30 times. C. 1.7 times. D. 5 times. The 16th century was an age of great exploration. A. Cosmic. B. Land. C. Mental. D. Common man. The Pope divided New World lands between Spain and Portugal according to their location on one side or the other of an imaginary geographical line 50 degrees west of Greenwich that extends in a direction. A. North and south. B. Crosswise. C. Easterly. One of Magellan's ships explored the of South America for a passage across the continent. A. Coastline. B. Mountain range. C. Physical features. D. Islands. Four of the ships sought a passage along a southern. A. Coast. B. Inland. C. Body of land with water on 3 sides. D. Border. In the spring of 1521, the ships crossed the now called the International Date Line. A. Imaginary circle passing through the poles. B. Imaginary line parallel to the equator. C. Area. D. Land mass. Which of these objects will not float on water? A. Banana. B. Empty soda bottle. C. Wooden pencil. D. Scissors. A spring bearing a 10-pound weight has stretched 0.5 inches. If you were to increase the weight to 15 pounds, how many inches would the spring stretch? A. 0.75 inches. B. 1.25 inches. C. 1 inches.